Maybe it's a little bit of a curveball, but it's the Chelsea game. So Chelsea Spurs is probably maybe one of the highlight Big Six clashes this weekend, right? It's a game where Tottenham are third in the league, but their home form is pretty dire. Their away form is fantastic, whereas Chelsea are red card FC at the minute. They're getting red cards left, right, and centre. They are not having the greatest time so far in the Premier League, despite being world champions. And you can go world champions of what, as Noah Lyle says. But it should be, I think, a pretty interesting game. Spurs have won just one of their last 13 Premier League matches against Chelsea, losing 4 in a row since a 2-0 home win in February 2023. But could this be the time where, considering where Spurs are, how they are, and the players they have versus who Chelsea have, and Chelsea who they don't really have at the moment as well with injuries, could it be the time for Spurs to finally actually get a game back?
I think they're both madly inconsistent teams, aren't they?
They are.
You don't actually really know what to expect from them. Like Chelsea's red card thing, I think is pretty weird. What is that, like 7 or 8 now? Does that
7, I believe, yeah.
and Enzo Maresca as well?
Yeah.
Like, what does that come down to? That's just a complete head loss. And most of them, they've already been winning the game, and then they've just done something stupid, which I don't really understand. Spurs, I'm a bit disappointed with, to be fair. I know they're third in the league. They've got pretty decent amount of points, 17 points,
17 points, 18 Bournemouth, and then Arsenal 22. So only 5 points behind first.
I did think, though, the first few weeks under Thomas Frank, I was like, okay, because I was big on Ange. I really liked Ange. I'd taken...
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'd swallowed the Ange pill. I don't know why, really. I think it's because he was friendly to me once. That was literally it. So I was like, I didn't want to see him go. And then Frank came in and I was like, okay, well, I completely understand it. But they've kind of reverted to type a little bit, haven't they? Especially in the last couple of weeks. They're a bit... Do you think they're a bit light? They're a bit easy to play against, like they were last year?
I think, how it is with the Spurs at the moment is when Frank came in, didn't they win their first 5 or first 6 games? And they were really solid at the back. Because last season, all we saw with Spurs was just, fun football. And I liked Ange, but I've always said with Ange, I like him in the Premier League, just never at my club.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be like the club that he manages, but I love having him in the league. But they look good, they look solid, but then there hasn't been anything more than that, I think, is the issue. So when I've been speaking with Avi about it, and also with some of the Spurs fans behind the scenes, they've been saying that there's not much more to it at the moment. Like Xavi Simons being suffocated a little bit because they're not really progressing the ball forwards properly. Kudus is effectively having to get the ball and run to actually get the ball up above the pitch. So I do think with Spurs...
Struggling with injuries as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
No Maddison, who's their main creative outlet.
Romero's
Romero's out, no Solanke. So they are struggling.
Yeah.
But I think I want to see a little bit more, especially from Xavi Simons. I was pretty excited when we were linked with him at the beginning of summer. I thought that would be a really good signing for us. Didn't end up going for him, went for Cherki instead, which I'm happy about, by the way. But I thought when he came to the Premier League, I was pretty excited to see what he had to offer, and he's been a bit underwhelming so far, I'd say.
How have you assessed Spurs, FJ?
Spurs started off well, to be honest. They started off well. New manager changed the whole tactics, changed the whole spirit, really. Even though they were champions from last year, the spirits were lifted up from the victory of the championship. But what is their target this season?
Spurs?
Tottenham top 4.
Got to be top 4, hasn't it?
I don't think it's got to be top 4. Think about where they were. If you say at the beginning of the season, right, like 1 week before game week 1, where pre-season is over, they've got majority of their signings in. You ask Spurs, again, I ask, Abby talks about this all the time. All she wants is any sort of European football. So Champions League, Conference League, Europa League, and she was like, win another trophy. She's like, pick up a Carabao Cup, pick up the FA Cup or something. So I don't think their aims are as high as others who are like gunning for Champions League places.
Tottenham and Chelsea, do they have the same ambition for the season?
Chelsea's
expectations have to be higher.
What's different?
More money.
There's no difference. Both of them top 4. Both of them are top 4. Both of them for any silverware. They've got the same target.
Well, Chelsea are.
There's a mentality though, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a mentality. Like Chelsea are world champions. They've spent £1 billion. They continue to spend money, and they're born.
They're not going for the league.
No, but all of their fans and most of their players at the moment will have joined Chelsea because they know that they're a club who wins things. Spurs just won their first trophy in 19 years. So their expectations are completely different. Chelsea have spent a lot more money. I think if Spurs finish above Chelsea in any season at the moment, you think that Chelsea have failed. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think as well, the clubs are in different phases though, aren't they? You've got Chelsea's, if you're going to talk about projects, etc., if you go the Todd Boehly project, right? Because that's realistically when Chelsea hit the reset button started from day one. That was 3 years ago now? So Chelsea are 3-4 years. They've won the Club World Cup. They've picked up the Conference League. They're back in the Champions League, and they were at the beginning of the season. I was saying that they should be trying to gun for the title. They obviously haven't.
Is it at the Tottenham Stadium?
It's at the Spurs Stadium.
The Spurs Stadium. Last year, that fixture was Can you remember
Yeah, it was
last year?
insane.
Oh, it was mental.
Spurs went 2-0 up, didn't they? Within like 10 minutes and then lost 4-2.
Did they get a red card? Someone got a red
Yeah,
card.
yeah,
someone
yeah,
got a
yeah.
red
They
card.
went down to 9 men, and then Ange played
9.
halfway line.
Yeah,
offside
yeah,
trap.
yeah. You can see what I mean? That's why I love that guy.
Yeah.
I love that guy. He's vintage for the Premier League, man. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I wouldn't mind seeing him go back to like Celtic or something. Too.
Yeah,
Obviously, Celtic just got Brendan Rodgers just stepped down at Celtic.
Yeah,
That might be fun.
Did you see? Sorry, just quickly. Did you see the owner? Did you see his post about Brendan Rodgers?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
What did he say? Is it worse than Nottingham Forest's owner?
Oh no, bro, much worse. He just rinses his personality, basically.
Yeah,
he's like, we had a gentleman's agreement, and then just went absolutely in on him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like Marinakis, he's been a bit crazy at Forest, so hiring, sacking. But Marinakis hasn't necessarily come out and just slated someone. This is like him coming out, after the whole Nuno stuff, where they had a disagreement. This is like Marinakis basically just like putting a statement out, like slating Nuno is the equivalent of
that's crazy.
What's
it was mad.
I would honestly comments as well. I'd suggest you go and read it just because it's so entertaining. But there is, like what I was saying about the project stuff is Spurs had a reset this summer, haven't they? Versus Chelsea, who like they're trying to build something with Maresca.
With what? New manager?
Well, with new manager, and also like Daniel Levy stepped down, didn't he? Like it's only 6 weeks, month ago, 6 weeks ago now. So Spurs are very much at the infancy of trying to become almost a new Tottenham, trying to become less Spursy and more like just a football team that actually tries to win things.
If an owner comes in and takes that team to a different level, there will be some headache for Arsenal and other teams in England, because that Tottenham Stadium is a big investment. The team is not
about £1 billion.
Yeah.
In London, the team is not bad. Just come in, pump a little bit of money. Thomas Frank's all right. Thomas Frank's all right. He's a good manager. So, but that game on tomorrow, I think Chelsea will start strong. No Cole Palmer. They had a good midweek. Tottenham had it's hard. It's very hard, but I don't think
it's hard. It might be controversial. I don't think this is too hard.
You think Chelsea will just win?
No, I think I'm backing Spurs with this one.
Oh.
I know their home form's been good, but like you talk about Chelsea's injuries, for Spurs also, Udogie and Romero are back. Like you mentioned before, like the injuries they struggle. Romero is a big one, but Van de Ven, who personally, I think Van de Ven's one of the best centre-backs in the league this season. I think he's awesome. But I think that I'm backing Spurs for this one, even though they're at home, which hilariously has been their downfall a bit so far this season. They're still third, but I'm backing Spurs for this one. I'm thinking a 2-1 Spurs.
Both of them are finishing above you, though.
What, Chelsea and Spurs?
Finishing above Man United?
I don't think so.
I'd be surprised if not. I'd be very surprised.
Oh, you think?
No, I agree with you. I agree.
I don't think.
Oh, you agree?
Yeah.
You think you're going to finish above Tottenham?
It depends on the next month for me. Because we have 3 wins on the bounce, we will get to United.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll get to United, but I mean, I think we can finish top 6, but it depends on a lot. It really depends on the next month. That's 6 weeks, so we'll get into that in a bit. But score prediction. Give me your score prediction for Spurs Chelsea.
Chelsea 2-1.
Chelsea 2-1. I'm going Spurs 2-1.
2-2 for me. There'll be goals in it. It'll be a good game.
You'll draw, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.